Good afternoon, Southwest Florida. I'm Bri Walling. This Naples Herald Lunch Break is sponsored by our friends at Fusillo Kia of Cape Coral. This afternoon, we'll tell you about hundreds of protesters arrested in Washington, SpaceX launching another successful rocket toward the International Space Station, and more. Today is Friday, June 29th, and this is the Lunch Break. Capitol Police arrested nearly 600 people yesterday after hundreds of loudly chanting women demonstrated inside a Senate office building against President Trump's treatment of migrant families. Among them was a Washington state congresswoman. The protest came as demonstrations occurred around the country over the Trump administration's policy of separating immigrant families. They offered a glimpse of what might happen on Saturday when rallies are planned coast to coast. The more than 2-hour sit-in of protesting was organized by two liberal groups, the Women's March and the Center for Popular Democracy Action. Representative Pramila Jayapal says she was arrested during the protest and afterward tweeted a video of herself in which she said she was proud to be arrested to protest Trump's zero-tolerance policy. The action came 2 days after another show of liberal political energy in which 28-year-old political neophyte Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez ousted 10-term Representative Joe Crowley in a Democratic primary for his House seat in New York. A political advisor for the Women's March said the crowd's fervor will translate into the energy needed at the ballot box in November when congressional control will be at stake. Japan's government warned today that higher U.S. tariffs on auto imports could backfire, jeopardizing hundreds of thousands of American jobs created by Japanese auto-related companies, raising prices for U.S. consumers and devastating the U.S. and global economy. In May, Trump ordered the department to conduct an investigation to determine if higher tariffs on foreign-made vehicles and auto parts were justified on national security grounds. The move outraged Japanese automakers, which have invested billions of dollars in U.S. plants that directly employ tens of thousands of workers. Any trade restrictions, if imposed, would increase costs for U.S. consumers and could seriously affect those jobs. It said the measures would put a brake on global trade, seriously disrupt the market, and put global free trade at great risk. Citing a study by the Peterson Institute for International Economics, Japan said up to 624,000 people could lose their jobs in the U.S. if a 25% tariff were levied on automobiles and auto parts. Already hit by increased U.S. steel and aluminum tariffs, Japan has told the World Trade Organization it may levy retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods totaling about $450 million. The report said Japanese auto-related companies have played a vital role in contributing to the growth of the U.S. manufacturing base since the 1980s. They've created more than 1.5 million jobs across America and produce about 3.8 million cars in the U.S. A SpaceX rocket that flew just 2 months ago with a NASA satellite roared back to action this morning, launching the first orbiting robot with artificial intelligence and other station supplies. The used Falcon rocket blasted off before dawn, hauling nearly 6,000 pounds of cargo, including the spherical AI bot named Simon, genetically identical mice or mousestronauts, and super caffeinated coffee for the crew of the International Space Station. The shipment, packed into a Dragon capsule that's also recycled, should reach the station by Monday. It was an especially gorgeous launch, delighting spectators as the rocket plume expanded in the clear night sky like a giant halo beneath a nearly full moon. The launch marked SpaceX's fastest reflight of a booster. Aiming to lower launch costs by reusing rockets, SpaceX did not retrieve the booster for another flight and instead ditched it in the Atlantic. The company is switching to a new and improved line of boosters. The Dragon will deliver the robot Simon, which is a 3D printed German space agency robot that will assist German astronaut Alexander Gerst with science experiments. Simon will remain indefinitely on the orbiting lab, continually getting updated via IBM's cloud. And that was the lunch break for today. I'm Bri Walling. For your twice daily news fix, head over to the Naples Herald YouTube channel and subscribe. Leave us a comment to let us know your thoughts on the news or what you'd like to hear about. The lunch break airs Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. right here at naplesherald.com. And don't forget to check out our morning report that also airs Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.